Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to some more Third Rome. I have had an absolute mess of a time with OBS lately, so hopefully everything is coming through well. So where we are right now, of course, we had a huge run in the last game, 2-hour-long video, which is quite a bit longer than my normal. But as you can see now, we have taken like the vast majority of the Balkans. We've reduced Ottoman influence in the Balkans to this little area here. We'll take that back soon enough. We, through a trick of fate, were able to conquer the entirety of Lithuania and almost all of Poland because of a war that we weren't even involved in that led to the creation of Ukraine and kind of a reconstituted Moldavia that we then demolished. So we are in a substantial position here. We also forced France to release Brittany as an independent country, which of course independent in the sense that it is our vassal and not French anymore. We'll eventually annex them back when we take over. So starting off, we've lost some advisors, so we want to make sure that we have, how much money are we making? Okay, 8 gold per month. That will go up. A lot of that's going to army maintenance to rebuild the army right now. But so we want to make sure that we don't exceed that. So we're going to go ahead and pick some pretty cheap advisors here to fill these roles. We, of course, need to core these provinces. That'll help the tax income. So let's see, what do we have? We have peace treaties with a lot of people. Hungary is going to be our next big target, and that's going to be about 2 years. We could attack the Ottomans again in 1461. We are at military tech 63. They're at military tech 62, so we are outpacing the Ottomans now. If we were to declare war on them, they're still, I mean, they're a pretty big army. They're not nearly as big as we are, but still pretty big. So we want to be careful, right? As always, we don't want to underestimate the Ottomans and overestimate ourselves. But do we have... We do have a war goal of our own. So I do think we're going to move in the direction of attacking the Ottomans again. We definitely need to spread some of these guys out. I don't even know what all armies I've got in here. We'll just spread these guys all out and hit the Ottomans really hard. Once we, that's something I have to deal with, no. Once we get into, where we have our army all up and reconstituted and everything, we'll then hit the Ottomans real hard. It looks like several of our armies are already kind of in their full state here. They don't have a commander. Oh, I'm hearing an echo. That's annoying. Hopefully it doesn't come through in the video. Oh, it was probably because my audio was on. I don't think I was actually hearing a real echo. I was hearing the sound in my headphones and from my microphone. I'm just dumb, that's all. Alright, so getting all these guys here now. I think even without waiting, and they're at war with Spain. They're losing against Spain. Yeah, there's no reason for us to wait. We don't have a truce. We have greater military tech and a larger army. We need to take this opportunity to seize the Balkans here. This is, I usually don't have this much excitement right out of the gate in a video, but this opportunity is too good to pass up, so we need to keep an eye on them, make sure they don't get bulldozed accidentally. Keep an eye on these guys. We want to make sure. I don't really. The Ottoman armies, I'm guessing, are down here, and I want to make sure. So, well, they're fighting over this region, but it looks like the Spanish have occupied a lot of this. So I just want to make sure that we don't suddenly get surprised on either flank by Ottoman forces. Because, yeah, as I said, we are much stronger than the Ottomans on paper, but nothing can destroy an army quite like poor leadership. It really doesn't matter how much wealth and power you have. If you have terrible commanders who aren't paying attention, your army's going to get destroyed. And I've said many times, I'm really not good at the military aspect of this game. Aren't even trying to close the straits. They're just, I'm sure they've probably been destroyed by the Spanish Navy. The Spaniards are always a tough naval power. They're not on the level of England, but they're tough for sure. It's one of the, I guess, the most satisfying things about this game is the progress of, like, you know, when we started this game, the Ottomans were an absolute nightmare. I was terrified of them. Fought several wars. I need to remember that they need a general. Fought several wars with them where I just ultimately had to just get out of the war and, you know, kind of take what I could get. And now, I mean, we're here just utterly battering them. And they've, at this point, offered no resistance whatsoever. I mean, in fairness, of course, they are at war with us and with the Spanish. But this war is a war we likely would be dominating right now, even without that that little qualifying piece of data. And there we go. No. All right, you stay here. Who's that? Venice. Oh yeah, if the Ottomans are at war with the Venetians as part of their war with Spain, yeah, they're in a bad way for sure. Being held at bay by some of these forts, but that's all right. They'll fall soon, and we'll break through here. We have some of these guys, Ottoman allies, that are coming up here. Kind of as they do, we'll send these guys back here to head them off, and actually we're going to send these guys back here too. The Spanish have made it up to here. It's okay. The Spanish probably aren't going to take any territory in here. They're going to make it a little annoying for me because now I can't siege down that territory. But really my goal here is this. If I can take any of this, that's great. I ultimately want the entire Black Sea coast. But that can wait, you know, until next time if it has to. But once the Spanish win and they drop out of the war, I need to get them a general. And they drop out of the war, they will leave behind an Ottoman Empire that, you know, is very damaged by this war, and we'll be able to just kind of take whatever we want. So, and we're not at war with the Spanish. We're just, our armies are just passing by here, so we don't have to worry about fighting them. Are really struggling now. Figure out where these guys are headed. catch them quick enough, we can stack wipe them. I don't think they have a general. I don't think I'm going to be able to. These guys want to drop out yet. Alright, looks like the war with Spain has ended. Which means we can siege down a bunch of this stuff the Spaniards were controlling, but that also means we need to be watchful for Ottoman armies, because whatever forces the Ottomans have left will still be around, you know, they'll still be capable of fighting, so we just need to be careful. I'm not even sure where half these places are. These guys hang out here. So we stack wiped that army there. See, they've got 25,000 soldiers there. Now that's not anything we have to worry about because we're paying attention, but if you know, if I wasn't watching and they just were there, that could become extremely dangerous. Yeah, see, 48,000 now. The Ottomans have this weird way of just multiplying. I don't know what I just lost or how I could have lost anything down here. I don't know. Alright, so what do we want to go with now? I think we'll go with influence. Since our goal is to create a massive pan-European empire here. I don't even know like half the places I'm at war with. Multan. Okay. That shouldn't have given them shouldn't have made them exiles. some Ottomans up here. So we want to be watchful. They're more dangerous to me right now than these guys over here are. So we've won the siege of Khyber. I think that's what it just said. Or no, I guess it was Cairo. Yeah, we won the siege of Cairo. Oh, there's a lot of Ottomans there. We're going to send these guys up here to try to head off that. Yeah. That is a lot of Ottomans. Alright. These guys are about to get bulldozed, but that's okay. I want them, as brutal as it sounds, I want them to stay there. Because it's going to draw these guys here and give these guys time to get over here. I didn't expect him to get stack wiped. Oops. That's okay. They retook Cairo. They must have lost a battle that I didn't see or something. So the guys that were over here, did they lose? No, this is them right here. Soldiers all over here. Can we reform here? I'm gonna hang on to that for a bit. Whoops. They can seem kind of counterintuitive because in general, revolts are a good thing when they're happening to your enemies, but we want to put down these revolts simply because they're going to take away war score from us. And we don't want that. We want to make sure we have all possible war score. Bring these guys back over here. These guys here. If we can do this. Oh, I really thought we were going to lose there for a second. Let's see, does that make them? Will they drop out now? Yes. That gets them out of the war. Good. So at this point, it's just going to start getting really annoying if we keep trying to fight. You know, and like, I don't even know where these guys are. Down here. And see, like, we can't get to them, so we're never going to be able to get to 100% war score anyway. So we might as well just offer the Ottomans a little bit of peace. We'll take what we want. That's definitely needed for our purposes. No, they're not going to let us have Cyprus. Take that. Start taking over the Black Sea coast here. As a matter of fact, if we do that, we can take all but Kandar, and we can. So they would let me take that, but that wouldn't really do me any good. It would just be one little province down there. Can I take this? Yeah, there we go. There. So, unusual for one of my videos that we start out with a war. Usually the wars come later, but we just really, really hurt the Ottomans bad. And we have Kandar here that, come on. They're guaranteed by Spain, so, but they would accept vassalization from us. Let's see if we can pull them out from under Spain. Wait for some of my diplomats to come back. Alright. So we're gonna go here. We're gonna 222, we only have 180. I need to boost that stability. I need to be careful of my overextension. What am I trying to do here? There's where I want. So, alright, now we need to find all of our armies. Get them all up here because I believe our truce with Hungary has expired. So we're going to get all these guys back up here. We no longer have a truce. They're allied with a couple small minor nations. On Poland? No, we don't. We have, yeah. I'm going to build a spy network in Poland. Just because. And I'm going to get all my relations improving as soon as it. Get these guys up to 150 and then they'll become my vassal. And that will give me. I mean, I already control the Black Sea now. The Black Sea is my personal lake, but that will give me true total control of the Black Sea. Where are all of my soldiers? There they are. So we're going to get them back up here. So he has no legal heir. But how old is he? 42, yeah, so he's not going to. So there could end up being a succession war. So we need to send at least, or send 2 armies up here. Our goal here is to create the third Rome. We're going to install a theocratic government. Basically, the government is going to change to a theocratic empire. So our stability went down some, but that's okay. We need to start coring these because we're overextended. But we now are ruled by the patriarch. So we are now. I wish one thing you can do in CK2 that you can't do in EU4 is oops, sorry, let me adjust my there we go. Is change the name of your country. So I always wished I could in EU4 so I could make it the Holy Russian Empire. But alas, I cannot. So now we have to, like, because we have to essentially set out our new government. So what are we going to be? Stability. So I think I wish, like, I hate that it resets the menu every time, and this is the downside of changing the government like this. Is it, then we have to do this. With this one, we need manpower recovery and all of it that we can get. We'll stop there because if we get higher stability, we could then proclaim it a republic. That would be weird, given the path that we're on. But so we are now an Orthodox theocracy. We're going to get ready to absolutely obliterate Hungary here. And Opal and Poland. Once I get some claims fabricated. Get these guys in position, and then get my stability up. seriously overextended. Maybe I should wait a bit. Maybe 40. So we should fire him. And we should get a level 3 advisor. That'll bring in a lot of this. Right, so I'm going to split these guys. I was going to immediately go to war with Hungary, but I need to get my stability back up, because and then need to get stability up, and I need to get what was I going to say? We have more guys who aren't. I need to get my overextension down. Okay, I guess they're just going to be stuck there. That's an annoyance, but let's try to use my stability. Need 196. So while we're waiting, drill. When does the disaster begin? 1650. All right. 50 administrative power, so less religious unity than 100, so that's something we're just working on. Start coring some of these places. Religious unity is 97. So we're getting the overextension down now. As we get this down. can start putting these armies back together. These guys, there's a group up here and there. They need a general. I'll give these guys just a second to get their morale back up. Poland, and that's also going to bring us at war with Stettin, which actually I'm going to send these guys up here first, because Stettin is an area that I've neglected, but it'll be really great to take that. That'll give me even more control over the Baltics. And then we'll have to wait a month, and then we'll declare war on Hungary. Oh, wait, I have a truce with Poland? I thought I didn't. When does my truce with Poland end? Oh, 1653. Okay, well, we're going to go at it with Hungary then. Oh, and they're allied with Spain. Well, Spain's defender of the Catholic faith. Okay. So we're going to have to slow down just a little bit then. Because this is going to bring in a lot of people. The Hungarians themselves aren't very tough, but the network around them is. So, all right, we're going to redivide these armies out. And then I think what I'm going to do, so we're coming up on an hour. So I think what we're going to do is we'll end the video here. And then next time when we come back, we'll still have this looming disaster. We'll get these cored. And then we'll build up a bigger army. Build up a bigger army, and then we've just got to wait out the clock for Poland, and then we'll see what we can do about Hungary, and it's going to necessitate a war with Spain, but that's okay. So those are now forward. So our overextension is almost 0. But, alright, yeah, I think I'm going to end the video here. We had a huge victory over the Ottomans. We have secured the entirety of the Balkans. We pushed the Ottomans completely out of Europe. We control almost the entirety of the Black Sea. We've got this one little spot here, but they're allied with me and hopefully will become a vassal soon. We go to war with Poland here. That will allow us to clean this area up and take Stettin, which will give us just control of the entire, southern coast of the Baltic Sea here. At some point, I've been saying it forever, we'll go back and clean this up. But for now, we don't really need to worry about them. Brittany seems to be doing fine. We're not really facing anything major in England right now. It's just kind of sitting there until we get back to it. Yeah, so And then hopefully, you know, a war with Hungary is going to bring in Magdeburg, which is a little minor over here somewhere. It'll bring in Opal, so we'll be able to take some of that. And the biggest thing is we just really need to take basically all of Hungary and, you know, Yugoslavia, this area over here. And then we'll really be on the road to Third Rome. We really don't have a whole lot left to do to get the Third Rome goal here. We need to take, I mean, it's really not even Hungary. We just need to take Carpathia over here. Like this whole area here is what we need to get that to get the, oh no, I guess we do. We have to annex, my bad. So we have to annex Carpathia, which is over here. And then we have to get Yugoslavia, this region here. So we do have a fair amount of work left before we can get the Third Rome. But we're not far. We're not far. And then the question becomes, do we move the capital from St. Petersburg to Constantinople? And we'll have to decide that when we get there. But for now, this is where I'm going to stop the video. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope it's been some nice background noise for you, as always. And I will see you when I see you.